Hey everyone, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here. A little bit different camera angle. Did not realize that, but I mean, we're trying stuff out now. But yeah, so anyways, we're doing the retrospective review of the last two Ant-Man movies. I meant to do this with Wakanda Forever, but I forgot. But I recently rewatched the first two Ant-Man movies in preparation for Quantumania, and I just kind of wanted to cover my thoughts on them. I'm sorry, I'm a little gassy right now, so I'm burping. But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of go through what my thoughts on the movies are and what I hope for Ant-Man 3. Obviously, we got the first one playing right now, and actually, there we go. I feel a little bit better that way. Anyways, so let's first talk about the first Ant-Man movie. So that one was in 2015. It was right before Civil War came out, right after Avengers Age of Ultron came out, which brings my attention about something kind of weird with these Ant-Man movies. And it's the fact that they always come out as an in-between movie. And what I mean by that is the last two came out between two major events. And what's funny is it looks like Quantumania is going to be its own major event. So, depending on how people view it, I believe that Civil War is the first Phase 3 movie. Some people say Ant-Man's the first Phase 3 movie. But, it's obviously Civil War. But yeah, so we're also getting Ant-Man and the Wasp as the second to last, or is it second to last or is it third to last? It is fourth to last. It's Phase 3 movie, and now Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is the first Phase 5. But what I mean by an in-between movie is you had Ant-Man in between Age of Ultron, which is an Avengers movie, and Captain America Civil War, which is basically an Avengers movie. Then you had Ant-Man and the Wasp in between, or right after Infinity War, then before Endgame. Obviously, Captain Marvel came out before Endgame. But the fact is, basically, you've had these two lower-stake movies inserted in between very high-stake movies. So it is kind of weird. I do feel that a lot of the issues that people had with these movies about it being kind of like low stakes and more comedy and stuff like that, people having those issues with it, is the fact that it was running off the coattails of like Age of Ultron, leading into Civil War, or leaving with probably the biggest cliffhanger of our generation with Infinity War. I feel like that really affected these movies and how people felt about the character. And I do feel that this movie, the new movie, will change that, considering how they're introducing the next main big bad guy, as well as doing so much other stuff in this movie. So now let's talk about what I actually think of Ant-Man. So I really enjoy this movie. I think all the characters are perfect. Actually, Luis is probably one of my most favorite Marvel characters. He just makes the movies, and I hope he's in the third one. I haven't seen him in any of the trailers, so I am nervous about that. But it's like, basically, it is a comedy. It's more of a comedy than an action movie. It is an action comedy, but there's a lot more humor to it than basically the previous movie, which Age of Ultron had a lot of seriousness and stuff to it. I mean, yes, there was humor and stuff, but there was a lot of stuff going on that was a lot more serious. This is just a heist, and it's nice that it's very small scale, especially since it's Ant-Man being small scale, but it does tie into the MCU. I like that we get a cameo from Falcon, and we get basically to see how this person became Ant-Man. Also, with that, this is the first time the MCU introduced a legacy character. We have Miss Marvel. Nowadays, we have Miss Marvel. We have Kate Bishop. We have Ironheart. Those are now legacy characters. Shuri technically is a legacy Black Panther. And like we're in that phase where they have that. But this movie introduced our protagonist as a legacy character. Apparently, Ant-Man's been in the MCU since the 80s. We never saw him beforehand, but obviously that Ant-Man, aka Hank Pym, is too old to go out in the field now, and that's what they have Scott for. I do want to say, though, that the villain in this is a little too, like, mustache twirly, I want to say. Like, he feels evil for the sake of being evil. They do give him his motive that, like, he was Hank's protege, and Hank kind of threw him to the side, and he doesn't like, or he doesn't want to be thrown to the side, and he wants to make himself bigger than Hank, and blah, blah, blah. But he just...
Hey everyone, future Ryan here. So I uploaded this video after editing it and everything, and apparently they didn't like having Ant-Man playing in the background. I got a copyright claim for the next 3 minutes of video, and I do have the uncut version still sitting here fighting the dispute, but I also figured I might as well make this as a backup so that way you guys can do this. So just really quick, I thought Ant-Man 1 was good. It just didn't have a very believable villain, and I thought that Ant-Man 2 was a little underrated, and it had great villains, and whatever I say after this.
No direction, and the villain's motives didn't make sense, but the villain's motives made sense enough to where they were just taking extremes to get what they wanted, which was a good thing that they wanted in the end. I thought introducing Janet back in was great. I thought getting another, like, older character that we haven't seen in action at all introduced with Lawrence Fishburne's character of Bill Foster was a great add-on. I also like how, like, the whole chase scene was, to be honest. I thought it was great with the shifting sizes, the different perspectives, and everything like that. It was great to see the Quantum Realm 2, and I can't wait to see how they work that into Ant-Man 3. Honestly, I like the first one better than the second one, but what I don't like in the first one, I like in the second one, and what I don't like in the second one, I like in the first one. I still think Scott's good in it. Cassie's good. Hope is good. Hank is good. But this story does feel strange that there's only like 2 acts in it. But yeah, so with all that, I'm excited for Quantumania next week. We'll have a review of that out the Monday after, and I'm just, honestly, I can't wait to watch it with you guys and talk about it and everything. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that nerd Ryan telling you, have an amazing day.